Oh, what's up, folks? How you doing? Haven't been doing a lot of videos lately. I've been kind of concentrating on dealing with some personal issues, which got resolved today. I went to court this morning, and long story short, I won. Long story long, my landlords here were trying to evict me, claiming that I was a nuisance in the neighborhood and other things. Well, turns out the judge agrees with me that they were completely out of bounds, and now I get to stay here. Probably won't stay here because now it's a hostile environment. It has been for a long time. My landlord, well, not the landlord, the property manager here, let's just call him Leahy, has an issue with me. It's a personal issue because I don't kowtow to his shit. He comes over here harassing my guests, harassing people that I know, and one day it came to a head. We got into an argument. I don't deny that I yelled at him. I cussed at him a little bit. I told him what I thought of him, and he took a video of it. The judge saw the video and still agreed with me that I'm not aggressive, I'm not a nuisance, I'm not, that nothing I did was untoward. I mean, yes, we have a right to argue in America, and I argued with him. That's all there was to it. It was the next day, it was water under the bridge to me, but this man is still holding a grudge to this day. He's so petty. Well, let me just get to the story, and I'll tell you the ending of it afterwards. But anyway, we go into the courtroom. The plaintiffs start laying out their case, accusing me of everything under the sun. I mean, I stole their chickens and the pots and pans from the local school and the pews from the church or whatever. But long story short, I mean, they just embellish, and try to create this case of me being a monster, and I'm a terror or whatever, whatever. I mean, it's hard to sit there and listen to this nonsense going on. And the bailiff was really cool. There was one point where I got really upset about it, and I just sighed. I was like, and the bailiff's just like, calm down, you'll get your chance and whatnot, and I was good. Like, I think maybe I spoke out of turn one time, but not like yelling or anything, just like, conversationally and whatnot. But it whatever. I did pretty good. I laid out my case. I presented a pretty decent case, and the judge, come to agree with me. The plaintiffs had to modify their entire case based on what my defense that I had presented earlier was, and they came in there with this, basically we want immediate termination of lease because I'm a horrible person. Well, I'm not a horrible person. I'm very much a hermit. I don't really come out a whole lot. I don't interact with my neighbors that much. I mean, I know a few of my neighbors. That's because we've been living together for, 6 years now, and you get to know some people, but most of these people, like this guy next door, I don't know him. I don't really know. I know maybe 5% of the people around here. So, but I had the two neighbors that I do know pretty well write letters for me, although the court didn't accept them, but here they are right here, written, handwritten letters. But they like me. My neighbors like me. The ones who don't know me, they don't. I'm sure they don't feel one way or another about me, and I don't feel one way or another about them. But so we go in there, and all over one argument that we had about a parking situation back in February, this man's telling the court that he was in fear for his safety, and that I scared him and all this and that, and it's unbelievable the kind of crap that he was sitting there trying to say. There was one point he says this incident, according to his document, said that it happened on the 23rd of February, and I'm not going to argue. I don't know what day it was, but it sounds about right. So I won't argue that fact. Whatever. But he said right after that he went on paternity leave for 4 months. Now let that sink in. 4 months. In April around the 20th of April or somewhere abouts there or whatever. And then, he didn't specify. He testified to the court that I went to his office and he was in there while he was on his paternity leave. I was in there. He was in there and I was beating on his door like some kind of maniac, yelling at him for it to come out or whatever. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, man. Are you fucking serious? Do you not know? Do you not see the inconsistencies in your own damn story? Fortunately, the judge saw that. They understood, or she understood, and she caught on to it. Even, I did bring it up in my arguments, that his version of events and reality aren't matching up. Don't deny that we had an argument. Don't deny I yelled at him. Don't deny that I cussed at him. But I do deny that I'm intimidating him and whatnot. If he was in such fear for his life, why didn't he call the police on me? Why didn't he do any damn thing other than run his fucking mouth? So this has been pressing on me for a long time. And right today, a huge load is off my shoulders. But that's part of where some of my depression had come from and whatnot, that I've got real enemies in this world. Real enemies. And for what? Yeah, we had an argument, we had a disagreement, but that was over and done with, right after it happened for me. This man's still holding on to it. He's all petty about it. He's still holding on to a grudge over an argument. And it's like, dude, let it go, grow up. Like, I don't understand people like this. I don't understand people who have to hold on to just the smallest little thing and just be angry about the smallest little things. One thing I can tell you in life is you gotta let shit go. Yeah, I sound like an angry person, but what I do is I bitch about something and it's done. I don't dwell on it. I don't. But this man is dwelling on it. After he loses in court, I step outside the courtroom and I'm talking to his lawyer. His lawyer wanted to talk to me, and they're asking me, because I had said something about, I'd have been gone out of here a long time ago if it wasn't for all this, this eviction shit. Because the eviction that they were trying to do was a nuisance eviction, basically the same as you'd get if you were a drug dealer or some sort of criminal or whatever. And if that had gone through, it would make it impossible for me to ever rent property again. That kind of shit stays with you. So I'm not letting them besmirch my name, and so we stepped out of the courtroom. His lawyer wanted to talk to me. He's like, basically, like, what, you said that in court. Are you willing to leave? I'm like, yeah, I'm willing to leave, but I got to figure something out. It's not like there's a whole lot of places I can park an RV, in this area. It's not like, there's not a lot of places for that. Campground rentals are way too expensive. I'm not paying that. There's a place right next door. I might go there, whatever. But either way, point is that his lawyer was talking to me, and I told him, I said, you know what, if I could just talk to him, Leahy, if I could just talk to him and, discuss this, we could clear this all up. I'm not an unreasonable person. We can clear this up. I said, I'd like to talk to him about it. Maybe we can work something out. This man's standing right over there, and his lawyer asked him, like it's his daddy. His lawyer asked him, will you speak to him? I don't want to talk to him. Really? You don't want to talk to me, you big baby? You want to sit here and try to disrupt my life and cause me all this trouble because of your crazy vengeance against me? You can't even speak to me? Hey, it's just petty, man. I have no animosity towards this man. I don't want to do nothing to him. I have to, though, because I know he's going to put another notice on my door tomorrow. He's going to put a 60-day notice on my door, telling me he's going to terminate my lease and whatnot. I gotta sue this man for defamation now. And I will. And I'm gonna sue the corporation through vicarious liability because he represents them and they were party to this. So I have to sue these people. So tomorrow I have to go get a personal injury attorney and file a lawsuit because of all the time I've missed. I haven't been able to go to work because of this, because I've had to be in court every single freaking week I had to pick up the bill of particulars. I had to write my defense. I had to do all these legal documents and whatnot. This is a pain in the ass, trying to defend yourself from an attack, an unwarranted attack. It's one thing if I hadn't paid my rent. It's one thing if I was tearing shit up, beating up my neighbors or something like that. But I didn't do none of that. And this is, I don't understand. There's some people, for some reason, just take a disliking to me. Okay, I get it. I don't like a lot of people, but I don't go about trying to ruin their lives, harm them in any way. But it happens to me. It happens to me so many times. It's happened to me all of my life. It's upsetting, but I'm not taking this shit no more. Not from anybody. Not from any damn body. I've been the world's whipping boy since I was very, very young. A lot of things I can't talk about, but I'm not putting up with this nonsense no more. And this is one step. This is why I study law, because I have been picked on. This is why I look at legal things and whatnot, because I've been picked on. And because I've done that, I was able to go into court and defend myself pro se. I've only got a 6th grade education. I'm a dumbass. But I've gone into court, defended myself pro se from an open and shut case. I mean, if I had, most people, when you go into court, especially for an eviction, it's a small deal. You don't get a jury trial or anything like that. It's just a judge's opinion, and the burden is on the plaintiff, but realistically, the burden is on the defendant to prove that they're not responsible for whatever the plaintiff is alleging. Usually, it's being behind in rent, but in a situation like this, it comes down to a lot of hearsay, he said, she said, bullshit, and I'm like, look, I'm not a violent person. I am not an aggressive person. If I am any of these things, there would be a paper trail of that. All I want to do is be left in peace, to live my life in peace, and I don't want to be bothered by anybody. But this has been my life, and yes, like I said, I've studied law, and I've studied legal procedures and things of that nature. I'm not perfect, certainly not a lawyer. I'm sure I screwed some things up today. I personally believe that my rights were violated a couple of times, like the video that that they showed in court. They come and dropped it on on trial day. You can't do that. I didn't get nothing in discovery and whatnot. You can try to drop some evidence like that. I already knew about the video. I knew about the video when he was taking it. I was yelling at him, talking about how he doesn't do shit for this community and whatnot. He's incompetent and whatnot. Yeah, I called him a dumbass. Oh well. But anyway, judgment for the defendant, and so a lot of weight's lifted off my shoulders today, and I do feel better. But I don't know why I have to be pushed like this. I don't know how I have to be harmed like this by people. I don't know why people seem to, want to target me for harm. And it's happened a lot in my life, and it's frustrating. I didn't know how this was going to go. I mean, I knew I was righteous in my cause because, you go live somewhere, you pay your rent, you stick to yourself and whatnot, you shouldn't have any problems. Any landlord would love to have me as a tenant, except for this jackass. And for what? Because I don't respect him. I do respect him as long as he acts in a respectable manner. But when you come over here and you start acting like an asshole and start yelling at me and whatnot, and then try to flip the script with some little video and whatnot because I'm yelling at you from 50 freaking feet away, mind you. Matter of fact, I'll turn this around and I'll show you. The end of my driveway is where I was standing. Down there by the dumpster is where he was standing when I was yelling at him. And apparently, I was aggressive and he was in fear for his life. Little bitch. That's bullshit. So, anyway, I'm tired. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning. I've been stressed the fuck out about this. I'm just happy that it's over. Like I said, it's not totally over. I still have to go sue him because I know there's going to be another eviction notice on here. They're not going to stop. They're going to be like the Terminator until I put a fucking stop to it. I gotta put a stop to it, and that sucks because I don't want to bother with this shit. It's a hassle on me. It's a hardship on me. Like I said, I haven't been able to work the last month. I'm okay money-wise, that's not the problem. But the problem is I should be able to do what the hell I want to do. But I can't do what I want to do. I've had this situation before where I missed court for something because I was out on the damn road. And I wasn't taking that chance this time. I couldn't get home. To go to court, so I got a default judgment against me. And it cost me all kinds of fucking hardship. Not going to happen this time. So I made sure that I was home. As much as it sucks, as much as it costs me, I made sure that I'm home. And that's why I have to sue him. That's why I have to sue his company, because they've cost me a lot of money. They've tried to disrupt my fucking life. They tried to ruin me, ruin my name, defame me. For what? Because we had an argument? Because he's a baby? He's so petty he can't get over a small little thing? And this is basically how I was talking to him. Yeah, I may be a little abrasive or whatever, but fuck you, I'm a truck driver. And I don't have an education, so eat my shit. Probably cut that out, but either way, point is that I may be a little abrasive, but I'm not dangerous. And I think it's very clear that I'm not dangerous. I don't want to hurt anybody. Hell, I don't even hurt the bugs in my house. If I find a bug in the house, I escort it out. That's what I do. Just it's a personal value of mine. Has nothing to do with anything other than I just don't want to kill anything that I don't have to. I don't want to harm anything that I don't have to. I do not want to do harm to anyone at all. I don't believe in karma, because karma has showed me that it doesn't exist. I think that the bad people, karma's supposed to be this system where if you put good out into the world, good will come back to you. If you put shit out into the world, shit will come back to you. I don't believe that. This man's probably going to keep his job. He shouldn't keep his job, but he's probably going to keep his job. Last time I talked to his company, they were backing him 100%. I don't know if that's changed or not, but they were at the time. That's just unfair, because I haven't done anything to deserve that treatment. But over and over in life, I see horrible people winning and good people losing. And I don't believe in karma anymore. What I do believe in, though, is that I can't look at myself in the mirror. I can't feel like I'm the better person if I'm not being the better person. If I'm not being honest, if I'm not being sincere and peaceful and, a decent person, I can't respect myself, and therefore I can't admonish somebody else for what they do. If I call you a piece of shit, it's because I think you're a piece of shit. But it's not because because I do the same thing that you do. I don't cause harm to people. I look ahead when I'm doing things to make sure that I'm not in people's way. I'm not infringing on their rights or their liberties in any way, shape, or form. And that's how I expect to be treated in return. Unfortunately, a lot of times I'm not. Like just the other day, I don't remember if it was yesterday or the day before, I was at the grocery store. I parked on the sidewalk. Now, a lot of people with motorcycles park on the sidewalk. There's a reason for it. I don't like parking in parking spots because cars will not pay attention, whip in, and hit your bike. That's a danger. You got people who will sit on your bike when you're out, when you're in the parking lot. When you're in the store and they're in the parking lot, they'll sit on your bike and whatnot, especially little kids. It could knock it over. They could hurt themselves and I could get sued. It's actually safer to park on the sidewalk. Now, I didn't park on the sidewalk blocking anything. Matter of fact, you've seen my videos. Parked the same spot. If you look at the video where I talk about the trunk space in the Bourbon, I parked in the same spot, not blocking a damn thing. This clown comes driving up to me telling me, "Oh, you need to move because we don't allow gas-powered vehicles under the cover." I'm thinking to myself, I started to say, "Well, this ain't a gas-powered vehicle; it's diesel or something, something smart-ass like that." I just said, "All right, okay, no problem. I'll move. Since you've been decent about it, I'll move or whatever. I won't park there no more." But I'm like, why? What the hell is it hurting you if I put my scooter on the damn sidewalk? What is it hurting you? Well, why is it any different than me putting that on the sidewalk than for somebody with an electric scooter? I mean, whatever. It's just petty. It's just I see you doing something that I find to be odd or different or whatever, so I have to say something about it, and I have to stop you from doing that. It's just like older people, when they see kids gathering in parking lots and in the evenings and whatnot on the weekends, and they're getting mad about it, they call the cops run them off. Like, why are you bothering these people? Ask yourself in life, no matter what it is, ask yourself in life, is the action that I'm going to take against somebody else worth the trouble? Is it going to help me or help my life in any way, shape, or form? Or am I just trying to harm someone else? If it's the latter, then stop it. You don't need to harm people. I don't know why people seem to have this desire to want to hurt somebody else. Does it make you feel good? I'd like to know. If you're one of those people who just likes to fuck with other people, you know, we call them Karens now, but, you know, they've always been around. But, you know, if you're one of those people who just likes to fuck with other people and hurt other people and do bad things to other people, even if you feel self-righteous about it, if whatever the hell they did didn't affect your life, didn't harm your life in any real significant way, then why are you trying to harm their lives in a very significant way? If this person, say, I watch Honor Your Oath all the time. This man stands on a street corner with a sign, you know, God bless the homeless vets. That's what he does. And people call the cops on him constantly, wanting to get him arrested. Sometimes he does get arrested. What public good does that serve? Even if he was a homeless man begging for money, what public good does that serve? Please tell me. All I'm saying, he's like Isaac Butterfield says, be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East, me dick stinks.